All right, good morning. Actually, still morning. So I came out here yesterday evening. We got home yesterday. We've been gone for the weekend. And so I came out here. I hadn't actually been in my garden a whole lot. And I checked on the beans that I had planted, that I gotten some seeds from a friend of mine. And she gave me about 6 to 8 seeds. And so I went ahead and planted them, see what would come up, and decided to go ahead and whatever came up to dry so that I would have more seeds to use for next year. So that's what I'm doing today. These are 1500 cave beans. Supposedly they found them in a cave and they dated them to be about 1500 years old. They planted them, they sprouted, and so that's where we have them from. They're a really cool looking bean, and so they'd make really actually decoration in a jar. They would make good dry beans. So I'm going to show you these pods, and I'm hoping that they're okay because I found them yesterday and then I didn't know it was supposed to rain, and it rained on them last night. So hopefully that's okay. It's been kind of windy. It's not been very sunny though this morning. So I'm hoping that they're okay. So I'm going to check them and see, and then we may go ahead and get them and harvest them and take them in. So luckily I know what bean it is because it is marked. I had a couple more here too as well, but you can see that the stalk has died. And so all of these, I think these will be okay because they still feel dry, maybe a tad like they've been wet, but I think they'll be okay. So we'll go ahead and get these and harvest the beans out of them. I'm pretty excited. All right, so I do have some over here hanging. You can see them right there, hanging on where the cucumbers were. I looked and seen what plant that is too. It is also the 1500 cave bean. Now I had 2 different kinds and I don't remember what the other one was. And so I guess that one is one of the ones that didn't make it. I had some that died that just, I don't know if something got to it or what happened, but it just didn't make it. So I do have the cave beans, so that's good, but not all of those are dry, but we are gonna look at some of them. I will be able to tell the difference because the other bean does not look like the cave bean. So, but I do not remember what it was. So I'm gonna have to see if I have the little baggies that she put them in and remember what the other one was. If not, I'll have to ask her. All right, so I did get 2 flower pots. I just got one to put the beans in, or the pods, and then break open the seeds and break open the pods and put the seeds in here. I don't have any baskets in the greenhouse because I do have them all in. I did a late harvest yesterday, and I pulled some peppers and some tomatoes that were still ripe, and I have low battery on my camera again. The reason I didn't film last night was because it died on me while I was out here. So we'll go ahead and get these pulled off of here. There are about 3 pods on here that are still kind of green, so I'm just gonna leave those on. You can tell when they're done, you can hear them moving in there, so not too bad. That's just one plant. I did have like 2 or 3 here, and I'm not sure what happened to the other ones, so we'll get these open though. Welcome to my library / dining room table where I do my editing, where we eat, where we do school, all kinds of things happen in here. I did want to show you, I did my video outside of gathering part of the dried beans, the cave beans. Grandbaby was out there. He was not happy. He was ready to go inside. So we came inside after getting these. I need to go out and get the rest of them though, but I want to show you these. Aren't these beautiful? They are so pretty, just awesome looking. I got quite a few. Let me see if you can see these here. Considering I only had just, I don't know, I had 4 to 8. I can't remember how many that a friend gifted me. I have quite a few more. This is one plant. Now, of course, you could get more beans than what I got if you pick the beans and let it keep producing. But what I wanted the dry beans because I wanted more seeds. So these are not completely dry. So what I need to do is look that up. I'm thinking maybe either let them kind of lay out on something flat and let them dry completely would probably be a good idea. I don't know if I can dehydrate them. That might cook them or get them too hot, because I do want to be able to use them possibly to plant next year and get some actual beans and maybe more seeds. But these are a 1500 cave bean, and I have seen them on Baker Creek as well. I don't know where she got them, but they're just really cool looking, and I think they would look really neat cooked if they stay like that. I'm curious to know if you've ever cooked with these or grown these, if these stay like this, if they cook up like this, or if they turn a color. Because I know I've had like purple green beans and they turn green. There's no fun in that. So I do have another bean that she gave me as well, and I'm gonna be finding out if that one produced anything or not out there in the garden. I know there's some more cave beans that I've got to pull. And as I mentioned earlier, we did have some of that rain last night, and I was kind of afraid that these would not be okay, but they seem to be fine. They're just a little, they're not completely dry, I can tell. But like I said, I'll just dry them and then bag them and put them with my seed and mark them, and I will have these for next year. So this is just an easy way to be able to save seeds, especially from beans. Super easy to save seeds from beans. You just wait till they dry and you open those pods up and you get those seeds out. I just think they're really cool. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for all the crazy stuff we do around here. And don't forget to be lovely lights today. All right, let's do a little add-on to that video. I just Googled how to save dried beans. I know I should have done that before the video, right? But so to bring them in after the pods have dried, they say to dry the pods for 2 weeks, then shell them. But I've already shelled the beans, so I think what I'm going to do is put them in a single, just a single layer. I'm going to let them dry for a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to check them with my fingernails. What they say to do is to check with your fingernail if it makes a dent, they're not dry enough. So you know if you've had beans, like hard beans that you're going to cook with, then you know that they're super hard, and your thumbnail should not go into that, should not dent that. So if your thumbnail or your fingernail cannot dent the beans, then they're dry enough, and then you can seal them in an airtight container. So these are going to go in a single layer somewhere out of the way. I'm not sure where that's going to be at yet, but they're going to dry for a couple weeks. I'll make sure to date that so I know, and then I can check them and I can put them in an airtight container for next year.